Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to GRA 220, Intro to Digital Imaging. So this is, it's Tuesday and the class has begun, and this is my introduction video. Um, and I apologize, I'm a minute late here. As you know, a class just ended and we had some administrative work to do. So to get grades in. So scrambling there and finishing Monday, here we are Tuesday and starting a new class. So awesome, here we go, off to a rocking start, right? Um, One thing I want to mention here is, well, I'll tell you what, let's take a quick look at the class. Let's go to learning modules. I want to take a real quick look at module one and read this course description and the course outcomes and try to keep these handy as you work, specifically the course outcomes, because these are what this is your target at the end of the line. That's your target. So you should probably always keep that in mind and in sight as you're working on these individual steps to reach those goals. So let's take I'm gonna pop module one open here and basic stuff, image capture process, etc. Introducing you to the image capture process and how to use it, specifically how to apply it towards your design work. Image capture process meaning either when we say image capture, we're talking about digital cameras. We're talking about either digital cameras or a scanner, and that's really basically it. Now we can capture a still with a video, but it's still going to end up being an image capture process as a digital camera or scanning something into the digital workflow. So when we say image capture, that's what that refers to. So keep that in mind throughout the weeks, okay, when you hear that term image capture. Especially this week. So I want to just take a real quick look at module one overview. And actually, no, I don't. You guys can read through that. No big deal, nothing huge. Except, actually, no, I am glad I opened this because the final project for this course is an example of a design project you might work on once your career begins. So in other words, an actual studio setting type project. You will choose a client from two possibilities: the client you developed in COM 230 or the one supplied in this course. Once you choose a client, you'll blah, 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 blah. All right. I want to say this about that. And those of you who have viewed your my response to your introductions, I'm for this. I am for, and it's your decision, okay? I can't tell you what to do, but I can make sense like this. My preference is that you go forget your work from COM 230 and step into this Amethyst Bay Resort and Spa. Excuse me. And the reason I say that is this, because you've already worked on your work in COM 230. So that's already, the concept has been developed. The visual approach has already been examined. So it's been done. I don't want to just go over what's been done before. I want to start fresh. I want you to start fresh. And the main reason I think is that it's going to, well, pragmatically, it's going to give you another piece in your portfolio when that time comes. And that's going to be important. So keep that in mind. Like I said, pragmatically, that's why you want to do it. Conceptually, I think it's good for you to approach things in from as many different angles as possible. So anytime you have a chance to take on a new design project, do it, as opposed to continuing along the same lines that you had already developed. Okay, hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's get out of there. And boy, you got just chock full of reading and resources this week, folks. So I'm going to cut this short, so because I don't want to talk too much. I have a tendency of doing so. So we're going to cut this short, and I'll let you guys get to work, and we'll jump back in. I'll see you guys in discussion board. But any questions or comments, if you guys need anything, I'm open door guy, so I'm here. you have my number and shoot me an email, whatever. I'm pretty flexible and I'm pretty accommodating. I'm a nice guy too, so don't be afraid to approach me. All right, thanks guys. Welcome, and I'll see you in class.